10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Summit 5 American Qualifiers. We're here. It's in the quarterfinals. Friendship, dedication, love, facing off against EWolves. And I gotta say, I'm pretty freaking excited about this one. I'm Lyrical Dota, joined today by Moppack. Sir, what are you hoping to see? What do you? It's been a little while since our last series, but I'm stoked about this one. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm back up. I'm recharged. You know, get ourselves a little bit of a break after the caster battle. Your nemesis. A little bit unfortunate. I know the fans are hurt, but we're back now. It's gonna be EWolves. We also have a plethora of fans. Team Peru here. Friendship, dedication, and love. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, I'm expecting fast pace, a lot of mid action.
I would kind of agree with that, and you're already seeing a couple of those heroes taken out of the pool, the ones that can kind of just destroy a game. The Invoker is not going to be seen, nor is the Slaughter or the Doom. You know, those two heroes, when I was talking with a couple of the players in NA about what to expect as far as bans in this scene, as far as the meta is concerned, Slaughter and Doom were consistently talked about. They're just saying that these heroes are completely broken in terms of what they're capable of doing, and also going to take the puck out of the pool. So an interesting start. I'm a little bit curious where they go from here.
Yeah, I think Puck is just considered those top tier mid laners, especially if you have someone who's you know, able to play a very nice one there. So they're gonna keep that out of the hands of what I assume would be CCNC in the mid lane. I believe he just recently played one actually up against Shazam. Yeah, it was Shazam, and they did lose, but just, you know, if you're gonna be picking that hero.
Whoa.
Worried about the pucks. Yeah, an immediate Gyrocopter, and then the Winter Wyvern, the counter to that Beastmaster and his Necro books. Gonna give him the old Winter's Curse.
Yeah, very interesting. You know, it's a counter not just to the Beastmaster, but a lot of the lineups that Beastmaster wants to play into as well, which is like that, you know, the push-heavy strategies, Lycan being a pretty popular pick if you're able to pair it together with a Beastmaster, any of those physical DPS carries, and also push lineups. It's just great in terms of the amount of D-push they're able to expend with that Splinter Blast. So a pretty nice start to this one, and they're ending up picking a Lifestealer into the Winter Wyvern. Man, that is rather bold. They've also got the Gyrocopter. I guess that this is more about being able to stand up to the Gyrocopter than it is thinking about the interaction with the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would be going with as well. There's a couple of key plays you can make too, right? You infest the Hawk, Brawn over, a little aerial assault coming up from the Lifestealer. It's like something they haven't been picking up all that much lately. Generally favoring a few like harder carries, like some Gay, some Trolls, some Slark, a little bit of Mage here and there. So they're going to be a little bit more active, but that Aura, of course, Master will be helping out with the Lifestealer. And I wonder if they'll, yeah, definitely going to ban out that Night Stalker. I would say at least, just because we already have the Winter Wyvern, who's a good 5, and really want to take full advantage of you.
Absolutely, I would completely agree, and I think that would seem like a pretty strong ban out for FDL. Other heroes that we might end up seeing, the thing that's so weird to me about the Winter Wyvern pick, though, is like you don't combo it incredibly well with a lot of other things. One of the ways that we saw it work previously was like the Faceless Void, because then you could have the Winter's Curse into Chronosphere, which seems pretty strong. But it feels like normally in these first couple of picks you want to try and build your draft around something or not reveal too much, and that doesn't kind of do either of those things for EWolves. But it's going to be the Axe for the moment, so another way to deal with the really strong pressure that we've been seeing. I kind of wonder if we're going to see a Van Tinker. I love that hero when he plays it.
Yeah, you gotta be cautious if you start seeing like maybe 4 heroes that are really good at creating space, fighting roam, do really stable lanes early on that aren't looking to move around a lot, or defensive boards like the Winter Wyvern. There's a couple things that can tip you off. More than likely, you're expecting to come out in the final 5th pick too, though, so you can usually ban it out if you have any hints towards it.
Yeah. Well, and of course, you could end up taking into the second phase here if you want.
That is
so
true, yeah.
Maybe something that FDL need to start thinking about. They did also ban out that Bat Rider, so taking away a lot of the heroes that are good at being able to secure high ground and running a lot of the sort of most effective high ground defending heroes, the Gyrocopter and the Winter Wyvern already. So that might make it a little bit difficult for FDL to run this type of draft that they've already signaled they're going to be doing. You still have the Lifestealer that if he's able to get up to that level 11 relatively unaccosted, then you can start jumping inside those Ancients and pushing towers down somewhat. But it does feel like already EWolves have a nice amount of answers to what FDL are throwing their way.
Yeah, you start to think about mid laners as well, possibly with this last ban here. They'll take it just for big. To deal with that. He's very renowned, of course, probably the most renowned Tinker player, I would say. Yeah, Western Hemisphere that I'm aware of at the very least.
Yeah. I remember watching a couple of his games when he was in. I was watching player perspective, and it just never stopped. It was disgusting how good he is. I think that he might be like there's the classic, smashes me Pastor or whatever, but I think Van might be to me the most impressive player on this side that I've seen. He is just so good on whatever hero he ends up getting placed, and you've seen already they've banned out the Invoker and the Tinker. I actually don't know if Smash plays the Invoker or not, but. The DK.
Yeah, this is definitely. If you take a look at like the past history between these two teams and what they've been picking up lately, they've both been loving the DK. Only expecting this one to be snagged up first. Yeah, would have been very happy to take it themselves. Syncs up very nicely with Gyrocopter. Gonna early bit of push. It's good for that kind of synergistic. Both hit 6. I want to push mid lane as the Dragon Knight, so either Gyrocopter's going to rotate top, do his call down thing, create a fight up there. DK could potentially join, or he just, the other mid leaves and you can take that tier 1 towers. So nice little bit of synergy there, and he can set up for a potential 4 for them too if they want to go back to something like the Tusk or again that soccer that we mentioned previously.
No, the interesting thing about this, though, is that both of these heroes, Gyrocopter and Dragon Knight, kind of lacking a little bit in the damage department once you have the BKBs online, particularly for Lifesteal. Even before that, once he just has Rage online, being able to find a kill on him could be pretty difficult. So I think that EWolves, they're going to need to go back for some fairly heavy damage supports. Maybe something along the line of a Phoenix.
Maybe Enchantress.
Yeah, Enchantress is a possibility as well. But FDL are going to go for the Witch Doctor, taking some more of that physical damage and maybe even thinking about getting a couple points in Maledict to amp up. I've been seeing Witch Doctors prioritize that more recently.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm noticing as well with FDL. Well, it doesn't look like lately they've been running too much. Yeah, they actually were running the off lane or the support Beastmaster, and they're dire side. So with the 5th pick Witch Doctor or the 5-roll Witch, possibility this game. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to go towards like a face here.
That's definitely a possibility for FDL to run that one. The Earth Spirit, I'm not sure if I love it against the Lifestealer. I guess if you get the silence off before he's able to rage, it's pretty good, but so much of their damage seems to be centered around the magical that I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how they deal with this later. And now going back for the Timber too, I really like that pick for FDL. They're a little bit lacking in terms of their capabilities to hold somebody in place, but I'm assuming that this is going to be mid Timber against DK.
I think they're gonna. Throw it off lane just because they have that Beastmaster. This was the same combo they ran before. But
okay.
You're not wrong. That wouldn't exactly be the worst. Think about like controlling mids that are actually left in the pool. There aren't that many. Like Puck would be the ideal hero, but obviously dead in the first phase. And then if you just want to dumpster the lane, you can go Viper, but you're still going to be stuck in the same scenario where you don't have the best AoE like lockdown to let other heroes capitalize on this. That was actually the mid queen they ran last time with.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that makes a lot more sense than the ban out that comes there. Now, 5th pick for or 5th ban rather for FDL. EWolves, I do feel like they're gonna need something out of this offlane position that provides. I mean, maybe even a Tide Hunter might be decent. Possibly a Silence for Timbersaw. Is there anything else that's really great in the pool that's left? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a little bit of a tough call.
Maybe Darkseer.
Yeah, Darkseer's not too bad. So they're just gonna be able to face this void. They don't want to deal with that. That wouldn't be all that bad as well. They seems like the attack will probably be heading towards the mid lane for whatever they do pick up for CC&C. So a survival person like a Tidehunter would be great. Face this void actually would have been sick. And there's that Nature's Prophet. So, ooh, that's.
I think it is going to be.
interesting.
It's either going to be a Nature's Prophet mid or a Timbersaw mid.
I think it's going to be Timber mid at this point. I mean, Queen
Yeah.
gets banned out, and they're just like, hey, let's throw our Timber up against the DK.
I mean, it works. You get the really long disable that, or not disable, but rather debuff that comes with the Whirling Death. You're pretty freaking survivable in that lane as well. You're probably the only person that is going to be having more armor than DK in that lane once you get started in those reactive armor stats. So we'll see how this goes. I kind of like it though. I think FDL have put together a pretty good draft. It's just going to come down to if they're able to actually just hit away at these heroes, like if they've got the control they need for them.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what this is going to be. They could set a relatively different tempos here, depending. They want to go for something like that, like Docker in the reroll we've seen earlier today. Synced up kind of well with the Winter Wyvern and the Earth Spirit.
I do like still maybe something like the Darkseer to increase their damage potential with an Ion Shell, but it also doesn't necessarily answer the Timber problem.
Yeah. He's going to be difficult to hold.
Void was really a great ban. I guess other options might be trying to go back for something along the lines of the Tide again.
It looks like, other than Slark and Axe, they basically just run Tide and Darkseer, so it's gotta be one of these two. It's like the only two heroes they play, yeah. So.
Alright, that's good.
I'll leave the Darkseer. That's good, he gives the mech, no one else had that. I guess Tide could as well, but only firm up faster. Darkseer.
I think I really like FDL's draft a little bit more. I think that maybe EWolves is going to run out of control. If they're capable of hitting like a nice vacuum into Boulder Smash, or they set it up with like the Winter... I mean, that was the classic old combo, right? Like Winter Wyvern and Darkseer, the vacuum and the wall. And that was before they had the capabilities of making the damage happen with the Winter Wyvern ulti and the Darkseer stuff, but there's still the possibility for it. So maybe this translates if they are really well synergized together, if they've got their timings down. I take EWolves, but I think that FDL's is easier to execute possibly.
Yeah, you can do a couple nice things where you can like vacuum them into the AoE at like post curse, which is nice, so it doesn't have to be like really synergized, but the big thing is all that damage coming down like right on top afterwards, the call down and everything. You're virtually like never gonna hit that. Like everyone's just kind of throwing out spells a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta do my call down. Yeah, you just want to get that over-reaching damage there and slow onto everyone that you can. TP mid, Stan King is very advantageous word for them in that mid lane. And
I think that...
Ooh, they're focusing the off lane. I like it.
Kind of weird here. MGOT ended up rolling out, but he didn't have a ward on him. So I think that he was expecting FDL to spot him and without the ward, so then they would have tried to go for the D ward, but then they wouldn't have spotted him, but nobody was there, so he just kind of rolled. And then came back.
He might have been just trying to spot a lane ward up against the Darkseer too.
That's definitely a possibility.
Make safe lane safe again.
We really are in NA Dota. My God.
Jesus. Ah, Bisa.
Well,
landing the carry.
Yeah, it's good stuff. We'll see how this ends up going. As far as the matchup is set to begin, is there one side that you're particularly favoring more than the other, or are you waiting to see how the early game shapes up first?
Oh, Iron
God.
Shell, Earth Spirit, it's pretty good. It's can't really kill the... Well, if the Beastmaster's too greedy, maybe they can make some happen on Doctor.
That's definitely a possibility. Trying to make something happen there, and you can tell that Franz is going to want to try and just go for the straight up Iron Talon jungle. And this is something that everybody does nowadays, and I guess then, do you think that the Earth Spirit tries to roam up into the top lane and help out the Darkseer there, or is he going to be more focused towards mid?
Ideally, it's going to be a little bit of both. It can kind of keep them guessing, right? You don't want to know where they are, and Still have to play a little bit reserved in mid lane, even if he's like way up here getting ready to get Iron Shelled and rolling on top of a Witch Doctor or something like that. So generally, I think keeping your focus on 2 lanes is perfect. You don't really want to be too spread around the map, and seems unlikely to be able to kill the Nature's Prop. Well, maybe they can kill the Nature. Depends on his tree ant placement.
I'm just taking a look at all the heroes around the map in showcase mode. This is what you want to do when it's a game starting. Just go hang out, see how everybody's doing. Well, as far as the rest of this matchup is concerned, do you think that FDL got everything that they wanted out of this draft? Like, I know that EWolves had the possibilities of maybe thinking about going back for that Tinker, but would they have even run that if they were given the chance, do you think?
I'd say potentially. They had a good opener to head towards it, just in Wyvern as well as the Gyrocopter. It's pretty solid. Strong course. It was a really odd smoke. What?
Yeah.
They just,
all right.
They just smoked. What is What is this? Oh, they're going up top and they get there really fast. We're doing a little bit of lane swap, so they're feeling like they have the advantage here, which they certainly do. I mean, there's a Beastmaster jungle. Pressure the tri lane.
All right, well, they're going to spot out that they're in the area now, I think. No, they're still smoked up, so they're not going to realize that this is happening. They should spot out that the Darkseer is over here as well, and the creeps are just going on a merry little journey over to the other side of the map. Are they going to try and see if they can kill up? He actually took Beast first. He's going to be slowed down, does not have Rage, and they didn't quite hitting him there with the Arctic Burn, but isn't going to be able to find the kill. The cask ends up breaking it, and they're going to have to disengage for the moment.
Yeah, that's the thing about Witch Doctors are so good in these scenarios. You're diving into the tower, and a couple of heroes like Cask. That's one of the reasons this hero even started getting picked, was dives into the tower, Chen creeps, slowing them up, but 2 heroes basically getting the infinite shackle, as it were.
Yeah. I really do like, though, that, again, like, this option to go for it. Well, Witch Doctor is very strong at being able to be a support in lane. If you know that he's going to be the only one there with the Lifestealer, you can definitely punish this. And this is going to allow them to make rotations afterwards into the jungle to try and mess with this Beastmaster's farm. So if they execute this well, this is going to end up looking really, really good for them.
Yeah, they should be able to limit the farm of Bisa pretty heavily. Sitting at just 4 last hits, and yeah, it's definitely going to be an early game win here out of EWolves. I don't see any sort of a rotation coming in. Like, you think about Timbersod. I don't know about you, but I've cast a couple of games with him lately. He's popping up quite a bit in the NA region, and some games, like, if you farm right in the first 5-6 minutes, it's so hard to find a spot on the map to actually get up into your bloods. Like, if you fall too far behind, he's definitely not a comeback hero.
It's true, and it really comes down to executing well in the early stages, and he can do that too, which is the other part about this, is that you look at the way that reactive armor ends up stacking together. He gets around 30 regen or something towards the end of it. It's absolutely ridiculous how much survivability he has in lane, so you just need to leverage that survivability and make it work for yourself, and as long as he's capable of doing that and gets his bottle at a reasonable time, which it looks like it's coming out right now, he should be fine. But up top, they're going to be able to find and kill Stan King, a quick and easy jump. And again, this is going to be the problem in this lane for FDL. How do you stop this rotation that comes in? They're going to be able to continuously bully this Lifestealer around.
Yeah, there's really not too much you can do. I mean, he's getting... Did he just get boots on the courier?
Yeah,
how was the courier? Like he gave him the Witch Doctor. All right, there you go. Nice.
Oh, rolling in, though. Going to be able to find it. They do have a nice little stun that comes out onto 2, trying to find the kill, and Bean is still going to be able to do this, but a really nice cold embrace comes out from Soko, and they are going to be able to find a kill onto the Witch Doctor.
Oh, you won't want
into
more.
The jungle. This might be a little bit too far forward, but it looks like they're going to be able to do it. There's just so many creeps here right now. Nothing is stopping them from diving, and they're literally just walking around in their tier 1 tower, and nothing stops it. Oh my god.
I mean, what can you do? Your Beastmaster Braun's just like, yo guys, don't worry. I'm the carry. You guys are the supports. Just try and get some farm over there. It's getting ridiculous on the farm. This is what this hero does right now. Patch.
I'll see. I mean, again, it's a problem. They're going to be able to get a little bit more up in the top here, and Lifestealer did have to go back for that Iron Talon himself. So things are not looking great on the side of FDL. I mean, it's obviously too early to tell anything, but they're definitely going to need the Beastmaster to rotate and make something happen when he gets that 6, which he's not far off of.
No, he'll just have to like show up bot and turn this game around basically single-handedly. No pressure. I think they really want the kill. Probably on the EWO would be the dream, of course. Slow down his own progression.
But also look at the vision that they've got right here. They've got wards up there on the high cliff as well as in the area over here. Beastmaster has a smoke, so he's going to be able to come and help eventually. But I'm not sure. It just feels like this might be... It's a point that's really hard to come back from. But they haven't really punished the Beastmaster as of yet.
And it's important to point out that they'll probably have the Nature's Prophet come too, which should help. Just on in, do that whole Nature's Prophet thing. A little bit of bait. Oh, he's so close. You know, he so doesn't want to fight. Franz just like, alright guys, can you wait like 40 seconds? I'm a little busy here.
Well, and they realize
know
this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty good. Again, oh my god. How do you really punish this life stealer to make sure that he's able to get shut out before he gets 6? Like, do they need to keep on diving and trying to kill him here? Well, apparently they're gonna regardless.
I think maybe.
He rages. A couple more right clicks coming in. He might be able to bring down M-God. They stun out. That's also going to be the roar that ends up hitting on Iwo. He's going to drop, and it looks like the Lifestealer is going to be able to survive. So they lose one, and looks like with the slow coming out, they might be able to kill off this gyrocopters. Well, no, they're not going to be able to find it. Space created from Suko, though.
Yeah, look at the second part of that. And... all right, what a win. I mean, this is what we were looking at.
Oh, mid lane smash.
Yeah.
Oh, finds the kill. He didn't quite dive deep enough for that one on the Timber.
So top dive gets punished by EWolves, and then the mid dive by FDL gets punished right back. So still a little bit even here, but you know, like they knew the beast, they knew this was gonna happen, right? He's gonna hit 6. He's gonna rotate in this lane. They're gonna TP the Nature's Prophet, and yet still they did a big dive into the tower. Admittedly, they were very close to bringing down Bisa. The Feast just barely keeping him alive in that nice 5-second duration from the raid. Well,
level 5 Lifestealer. He is not going to spot this out as of yet. They do not have vision of him, so going to be able to remain unobstructed for the moment. Got kind of thrown off a little bit by that dive that ended up occurring, and you're still looking at a pretty significant lead across all of the lanes, but it's just that you've got a really big discrepancy here from the Beastmaster when you compare it to what the Earth Spirit's been able to get so far.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to see just such a quad core right now. Outside of FDL, there's no other way to describe it. They're all within 300 net worth of each other, and then there's just, you know, poor old Stan King, man. I'm just the witch doctor.
Well, again, level 5 on this gyrocopter, keeping it cool for the moment, and hasn't ended up diving as of yet. Is this like, do you normally we end up seeing stacks or something else that comes out from the gyrocopter, but that hasn't ended up really happening either. For Elite Wolves, do you feel like they need to get stuff done against this quad core, or are they fairly comfortable?
Well, they've got a couple items that need to come out. Towards that mechanism van, he's getting 600 gold away, a couple levels on the Dragonite, as well as the gyro. That's what their main concern is right now, right? Just get up into like max breathe fire, the call down's now up and rocking here. Get up into your rocket barrage and everything, and then they can just group that mech and try and push down these towers. And just take that tower gold, turn it into an armlet for the DK, take T2s, take Roche, win game, and just hope FDL disconnect, I guess. That would be their game plan in such a scenario.
All right, we'll see if they do end up disconnecting. They tried to come back. Oh man, I don't know about that one. He tried to come back to defend or something. It seems like a little bit of a miscommunication, but he's gonna have to rolling boulder out, and that means that there's actually not many heroes up here in the top lane. It's just going to be the Dragonite and the gyrocopter, but that should probably dissuade FDL from coming and defending this, I guess.
Yeah, and they have brought up the Darks here, which they will spot with that ward. Bisa's coming in on the Harpy. This is a little bit risky. Pretty fast though, 400 move speed.
That's actually ridiculous. He's got pretty good. I mean, that chain lightning is not anything to trifle with either. It's kind of nice in lane, but looks like for the moment is just gonna keep on messing around with it. Oh, back here towards bottom though. The tier 2 tower almost dead. God, again, it feels like EWolves, they're not responding quickly enough to these advances on their towers. They're gonna have to deny the tier 2. Like, they just lost the tier 1.
Yeah, and this is where you're just gonna see like the absolute power, I would say, of this Beastmaster right now. So he starts out in the jungle, he does his own thing, he gets so farmed up, he's essentially just as farmed, if not more farmed, than someone who was staying in the offlane the entire time. And now he can just take this all over. Like, if he wants to, he can just camp down here, use his hawks, use his boars, farm that jungle, scout it out, and really that kind of leaves a hole in your draft because like your offlaner's just not there all the time. He's just a support. Prophet can TP in, do his own thing.
The plus side is you do have the mechanism that's now up online for the Darkseer, and he has been able to get the level 4 Ion Shell already up considering he's level 9, drop that on top of Smash, and then start running at people. Like, that to me feels like the dream dynamic right here, and they're going to be able to start making it happen. And this could be a very, very important part of this draft. It doesn't look like Lifestealer wants to come back and defend it as of yet, as it's just going to be FDL trying to keep them back for the moment, and they've got the Winter Wyvern here to help sustain. And it looks like they're just going to try and keep them off of it for the moment, but doing a great job of farming out all of the rest of the map while it's happening.
Well, this is all according to plan. Power goes down, no deny. They're gonna go CC?
Well, vacuum back. M-God, he's pretty far forward there and just gets exploded. A quick chakram to the face. And again, you see up here top, you've got Lifestealer that just keeps on farming, and you've also got down on the bottom lane the Nature's Prophet is doing the same thing. This is going to really start to favor FDL over the next couple of minutes. You see, even though they took the tier 1, it's not really making up for the fact that they're all grouped together.
Yeah, a nice scan down bottom from EWolves though to make sure that Masoku will make it out alive. So they know that smoke's here. Now it's popped, but interesting that CC went for the max reactive armor. I've seen this a couple times now. I saw Mu doing it too, but he, you know, the other unusual death makes sense when you're in 1v1 versus a melee hero, and also being in the mid lane, there's not really any trees to capitalize on to try and burst them down. So staying tanky for himself helped out for the fact that those supports were doing pretty well early in the Winter Wyvern and here too. So I'm digging it. It does mean his damage output is a little lower than you might expect from him right now, but you just last so long with fights. You're actually unkillable. You get like 30 some armor, I think.
Yeah. It's absurd.
Fully up.
And regen. That's also your HP regen, which is just nuts for this hero who's already relatively tanky, and is actually getting fairly close to Bloodstone. They are going to be able to find a kill down here in the bottom lane. The Winter Wyvern finally finishes off the Nature's Prophet. But again, I still think that given the way that the map has looked over the past couple of minutes, FDL are going to be okay with that pickoff, because you see that was about like 3 or 4 heroes that were down here in the bottom lane, not really farming or doing anything else, and the whole rest of the map was getting taken over by the side of FDL, and now are going to be able to find a kill there on the Witch Doctor, and probably not okay with keeping on losing people.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So mid tower goes down. What's their plan now? They're kind of grouping down bottom. Oh, they're just going in. All right, I dig it. Thank you.
Vacuum back, Franz going down low. He's going to end up dropping. And EWolves hitting this timing. They've got the mechanism up in the line. Haven't had to pop it yet, but they're ready to party.
I like this. They got to defend their own towers. Can't let them get them free. Like, you have a Nature's Prophet and a Beastmaster. They made that mistake once. They just gave them the full lane bottom. They won't let it happen again. So they'll defend, and it looks like they'll still get bottom here, but the counter defense is coming. We'll be in time from CC.
Yeah, they're ready to defend this for the moment, and again, you do have the Timbersaw who's been left pretty much alone. Is going to only need to finish off that recipe and then the Vit booster, and he's going to be good to go. They're starting to TP in a couple more heroes now, so looking to keep the side of EWolves off of their tier 1s, and the longer they're capable of doing this, the better it's going to become, and it should end up being fine.
I'm pretty excited to turn. Let it go. So rolling around. I guess, well, he'll be level 11 when he has the 2, so you can just go right back into those big old dragons now, too.
Is he going for Radiance? Is that...
Oh, yeah, he's doing it.
I mean...
the Tranquil Boots. As soon as those Tranquil Boots come out, that's like Radiance Lifestealer. No.
See, that's the. I just don't know if it's all that great. I'm thinking again about like the way that we've seen Lifestealers played, and it's been most effective. It's almost always been Armlet. But I guess you got to do what you got to do. And
the fact that it's like this early pushing lineup, I kind of dig it. Dealing with the right clicks of the gyro and the DK, yeah, they have a lot of magical damage you have to kind of tango with here, but good.
All right, we'll see how it ends up working for him. Darkseer is going to head out of the mid lane, and the rest of the side of FDL is going to move over to try and push this out themselves. And again, a quick little chakram, a couple more right clicks, and they should be able to get this. The whole time through, though, you do have the side of EWolves pushing in their top tier 2 tower, and again, nobody wants to fight. Everybody just wants to hang out. I don't know what's going on. Also, is Beastmaster not holding axes for you? He's just like punching the tower.
Oh yeah, what the hell?
I don't know what's going on.
This would be the greatest cosmetic ever. You could just get rid of your axes so you just punch all the time. Like they just came up for the throws or something.
That's pretty awesome.
Like a new set or something that's causing this?
I don't think so. I think he just wants to be a cool guy.
He's punched shit. That's actually stupid. But his axes got stuck in a tree.
Yeah, definitely.
Going around and beating stuff to death.
Alright.
Oh, and he just throws his arms in the air when he summons stuff?
I'm over it. I've had enough. It's like a grumpy old man. Well, Gyrocopter now going back for that the Dragon Lance that we've seen time and again on this hero. I like the pickup. It feels like it's really strong. You get a good amount of agi, you get a good amount of strength. Obviously, the increased range helps a ton as well. It's just pretty much everything that a Gyrocopter could want early on.
Yeah, I gotta say, all these free towers are like so sick for FDL though.
Yeah.
Basically paid for this blood. We're almost up to just 200 gold away here for CC. And life's gonna be good for the side of FDL. So that first initial fight, the dream, that's all you really want. I'm sure they'll probably smoke up with Franz, go get a roar. Even if it's just a single pick, right? Just adding onto that bloodstone, that matters.
Absolutely. They've also got now the relic that's going to be online for the Lifestealer, so maybe they wait until that comes out before they decide to finish off and go for a big engagement. But Dragon Knight's also been able to pick up a Shadow Blade. You got to be a little bit careful right now if you're FDL. If you get caught out one hero in particular, then all of a sudden all of your timings start sort of getting scaled back slightly from where you'd want them to be.
Jeez, these towers, man.
Yeah.
Just going.
I mean, if you're Elite Wolves, do you keep going after this one? Or do you try and go back and defend your own tier 2 yourself, or?
Judging by their vision, I mean, they can kind of see if anyone's lurking and field anyway, so it doesn't matter all too much. They'll see that Stan King's here backing them up, so they know the full squad is down or up that top lane. So yeah, just force patience. Why not, right?
Oh my
what do you have
God.
to lose? A tier 2, they have to come back.
All right, well, it looks like they're going to start to return now, but as soon as that happens, you see Elite Wolves back up. They're not going to be dissuaded. They are going to be good to go, and oh God, if they could pick him off right here, that's his Bloodstone. It's up and online. Silence the vacuum back. He loses it. Oh, that was not the way that was supposed to go. It hurts so bad. Man.
Yeah, it's not as painful as it used to be, but still rough. So now back down to... I guess this would be 6 Bloodstone, right? It used to be 8, just right away. CC, take number 2. You really, really can't lose that again, right? Like, 1's okay. You can get fixed. Oh, wow, they actually just walked through and created an illusion while smoked. They should know they're smoked. Because you get the little red... Oh, actually, no, you don't get the red flares of the Darkseer. But they should have seen the little thing pop up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
It was close. They do have the Radiance now up and online for the Lifestealer, so if they could take this fight in a good fashion, this feels like their time to try and build back a couple more of those Bloodstone charges. Suko is going to end up spotting that the little hawk is chasing him. Meanwhile, the jump forward, Beastmaster, smoke breaks. They've got eyes up on him. Can they find the catch? Can they find the kill? Looking, but not going to be able to see him. And it looks like, at least for now, they're going to be able to get out on the other side. Meanwhile, it looks like Nature's Prophet is going to get controlled by Smash, trying to TP away. He's going to be able to make his escape, but back over here to the side, they're going to see if they can take the fight a little bit further. They're still chasing up in the top lane. The Dragon Knight hasn't been able to kill off that Nature's Prophet, and it was such a weird fight. What is happening?
Canceled his TP. He's like, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm good.
What is going on?
All right.
Moppax, this is such a weird game.
You weren't ready for the...
I wasn't ready for this. I thought we were through with Lifestealer and an Ancient.
Oh, never. I mean, the lineup is so magic damage focused. Why not just be a magic immune giant rockman AoE burn? Like, I mean, why? How? Like, he's fearless. He's in the middle of their team. He has full vision. He's like, yeah, I know. They're all here. Fine. Oh, hey guys. Later. Oh, you trying to right click me? The only way you can kill me? Oh, how's that mischance doing? Fine.
Okay.
It's fine. I mean, look at Evo. Look how low he is.
Yeah. All right, he's gonna get another one, isn't he? God damn it! All right, well, we're gonna see another one of these guys. 2,000 HP, because why not? This is so. I mean, this is NA Dota. It is what it is. Isn't this where this strat started? Also, I mean, it wasn't these teams in particular, but meanwhile, they get the stone on the fronts. We'll talk about the actual game that's at hand. A nice little chakram goes through several, but not nearly enough to keep them all contained. They're also going to drop out the Witch Doctor ulti. Not going to do enough as of yet, and they're trying to chase a pretty nice one. The Winner's Curse turns it back around, but also the Lifestealer jumping out, doing so much damage. Triple kill for Bisa in just a matter of seconds. They only lose the Beastmaster, but man, that was a really nice combo.
Oh, what a sick time to get a triple kill for Bisa. Like, you go for this Tranquil Radiance build, and then suddenly you just get a triple kill in the fight, and you're like, oh, now I'm mega rich, I can just be like a normal Lifestealer. But you can just go back for your armlet, potentially. You could just go into something like SNY, perhaps, a little bit more standard build. Numerous options.
Radiant's middle tower.
Well, and now even if they wanted to, I don't think that they can go in and take down Roshan anytime soon, but it might be something that's on the menu relatively soon here. Dragonite, though, also, I mean, he's the most farmed hero in the game right now and does have his Shadow Blade as well as that Hyperstone. So if they're capable of finding somebody, this might be the time to battle. They do have Winter's Curse back up in 30 seconds. Smash is walking in the front. They're going to end up going forward. They think that they're in the Roche Pit because of that scan, but realizing that that does not happen. Instead, they're going to move up to the high ground and find this Nature's Prophet. I think? Maybe? Okay, no. They're going somewhere else. Getting the Courier?
Alright, no? Let's look at one here, at the very least.
I mean, Beastmaster going to go down again, it looks like, and the Roar does drop. They've also got the Lifestealer there. Maybe a chance to go on to Smash. They're doing a lot of damage with the Radiance here. This is no joke. They're going to try and surge him away. On the other side, Van is going to be controlled. They're going to be able to get the stun, not quite connecting, unfortunately, and the chase is going to continue. Smash is going to end up dropping on the backside. Beastmaster is getting hit by his own Necrobook. That's actually going to end up possibly bringing him down. That was the Nature's Prophet. He's not going to end up dropping. He's able to TP away. They're still looking from Suko, trying to find that kill. Witch Doctor rolls it from afar, but getting healed back up. There's the tier damage they need to finish him off. So that was pretty nice, and he ends up getting a couple more of those Bloodstone charges, jumps back in, kills off Uo, and now he's up to 13. That's what they needed. Yeah.
That's... I just don't even know, man. You go from like the dream fight for your Lifestealer right to the dream fight with the Timber. CC right back up to the 13 Bloodstone charges. Now they can start pressuring the towers. Now these items that come out at this point, like, you guys are looking towards but smashes instead, just trying to finish out the Silver Edge, and he's a ways away from that, like 1100. He's going to have no immunity to CC anytime soon, and same thing with the Gyrocopter. He's 100 gold away, so he's getting to that BKB, but for now, he just gets totally shredded. And once the BKBs do come out, they have no against it except for the Winter's Curse, and because you gotta assume those will be coming out at least on. Actually, maybe you don't even need BKBs. I mean, you have the Rage already, your Timbersaw, and just going towards your Blink Dagger.
I mean, that's definitely one of the ways that they could end up going back for it. I like the Blink to be able to pick that up, or, you know, if he wants to try... I don't think that they have to try and end the game early by any means, but if they're capable of just, like, winning every team fight, as we see the Timbersaw misses chain, unfortunately, that could really just allow them to continue to snowball through this. Like, he's already got the damage they need just by virtue of those spells, so... maybe just more tankability.
Yeah, so this should kind of draw out into a little bit of a standstill. The last big objective is really Sean, right? You want to be heading in towards that, securing that for your team. Both teams pretty good at handling it at this point. Like, damage items are starting to come. Sanj and Yasha. For Bisa, he's still just messing around. Another Golem here. Using the open wounds for all that plenty of sustain, and CC hanging nearby on the Timbersaw, just like, yeah, I can help out, guys, don't worry. So they'll head in now.
This life stealer, I swear. Every time he's going back for the Sanjin Yasha. I actually like that kind of more than the armlet. Armlet's obviously great, but it's, you know, just a kind of an earlier game item, I guess. Do you think that Sanjin Yasha, I mean, it gives you the more attack speed which you want for your golem, or movement speed which you want for your golem. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
It just kind of seems to be like hard to find items for a life stealer.
Yeah.
He's just one of those tougher guys to itemize on, and so yeah, you're getting a lot of benefits just while you're still in golem form, and then when you hop on out, you do want that increased speed just to help yourself. Like after open, right? So Maime's always gonna be handy.
Definitely.
Good all-around item.
Well, Smash. He's shadow bladed, and he has his AC on the courier, but hasn't ended up bringing it as of yet. He's gonna chase down this Nature's Prophet. Does he guess the right correction? No, he's not gonna be able to find him. Goes the wrong direction. Bottom lane, though, that's where the battle's going to be, and they kill off Uwo. Well played there as the Nature's Prophet TP'd in for that one.
It's a very scary map for the side of EWolves right now. The Master is just like roaming around with a vision. This allows them to take any kills that they see just as a Witch Master, right? Like they see someone solo like the Winter Wyvern, they just kill them. But at the same time, it keeps them safe from running into a situation they can't win. And picking up this all other part of the map for your Timbersaw and your Nature's Prophet to be roaming through. They're picking up free kills. It's tough. It's tough to find that farm to try and accelerate yourself back into some sort of a position here from EWolves, because the last target on the map that you can even force would be the T2 mid, but you don't really want to do that when there's Aegis sitting on this.
Yeah, and he's just so big right now, and he can be anywhere that he wants. That's the thing, is that, like, look at that. The damage that went out onto Smash there is just ridiculous, and he can do that in a second. If he just has one rotation from, you know, the Boots of Travel that are going to be coming up relatively shortly for the Beastmaster here. He's already got Gem, Necrobook, level 3. Oh, does he go... Was that just a casual headdress?
Yeah, he just said it's just kind of chilling, you know. Yeah, he might finish it out and do a blast. I've seen some Beastmasters pick it up for when they're jungling.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that wouldn't be the worst thing. I kind of like the idea of finishing his bots first, though. I think that's probably the way that he goes.
Or they could still use that blink to just like hopping on forward and just taking care of someone like M-God or Masoku too, because those Winter's Curse, like, they haven't won them too many fights, but they've been very on point. Like 2 or 3 heroes. I think both times the Beastmaster was just already dead though, so it's not quite as glorious, you know.
No. Well, and you look also now towards the top lane rather. Ancient Black Dragon just continuing to rip through those creep waves, and now you're going to end up losing the tier 2 tower. There's not a whole lot that they're capable of doing to stop this, and you got Nature's Prophet with the mech and the Mjolnir ready to TP in whenever they need it. The map is so deadly right now, and even though it's only 10 to 10, it's a 10,000 net worth lead and right around 15,000 experience. FDL are just looking really, really solid this game. Do you think that this was just by virtue of the laning stage that they had, or was it sort of their play throughout the mid game that brought them to this point?
Yeah, I'd say definitely the mid game. I mean, their lane was awful.
Yeah.
Bot lane Beast had the worst time ever. I think they made really smart choices with the itemization, and actually, probably the biggest moment was, it was very quick, but it was like 8 to like 12 minutes where these towers were just falling for both sides across the map. Like, EWolves had amassed this like lane lead, and they had the levels that they wanted on the Dragonite and Gyrocopter, but they couldn't force FDL to actually like try and fight us, try and defend us tower, because we're going to crush you. FDL just maneuvered around them and said, okay, well, I have a support Beastmaster who has mad levels for aura, and I have an Nature's Prophet, and they're just going to push your towers as fast as you guys. No. So you end up with like a weaker team economically, still able to trade the same way in terms of objectives and farm, and then that just allowed CC to just propel himself into a much earlier Bloodstone than he should have got, considering his lane, like, he lost it, not lost it, but, you know, he's gonna farm worse than lane. And then that just allowed them to just out the mid game, so now they're just so far ahead. What is it, 10 plus? Damn.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, and I think also like that Beastmaster, the fact that he just did not ever get really touched in the jungle, like he was able to rotate in and find a kill early on, and just didn't ever look back from there. And like you were saying, being able to have those levels up, which allowed them to take the towers and trade it effectively. Now, like, you're looking at this Timbersaw, he's just so stacked. His Aegis is probably going to be, I don't know, fairly close to going down, but this core of the Timber, being able to get the Bloodstone, the Blink, the Hood, the Boots of Travel, and also having the Aegis on board, he is not afraid. He is ready to jump on in and start doling out some damage. And also, guess what? Radiance, Masoko taking a good amount of damage. That was the jump forward by CC, and now Smash getting controlled for the moment. He hasn't ended up pulling back the Chakram as of yet, but the vacuum onto Several gonna start to bring him down, but that's only gonna be the Aegis, and the reactive armor was almost keeping him alive through that. The Lifestealer did jump out and killed off two at the same time. They might end up even losing a little bit more. EWolves trying to be able to slow them down slightly, but he just does not nearly have enough farm at this point. BKB and Drums are not going to hold them back. They jump forward, and then being able to get the Roar Band drops again. Oh god, Timbersaw is too big. 16 Bloodstone charges, and this could potentially even be game if they don't have a way to stop this.
What do you even do? Like, your Winter Wyvern, he's dead, doesn't have ult anyway, there's no call down. I am God's a god, but...
Radiant's middle barracks.
Yeah. 2 full lanes down. He is a beast. Air buff just cuz. Slap that thing over top of me, I think just run. We'll see if they want to do one last Hail Mary here for the EWolves.
I can't believe how it was just like the most casual lead build-up ever, and they like never looked back. And you see they're just going to continue to hit away here. There's nothing to stop them. You got the Hyperstone that's still up on the Lifestealer, bringing out something on the Courier right now. That's going to be the completed AC at 30 minutes, and you're looking at now roughly a 22,000 net worth lead with right around the same amount of experience. They're just so far ahead.
Yeah, and even still FDL, they're not even going to give them the courtesy Hail Mary fight. Won't even take it. They're like, oh, our ultimates are down. It wouldn't really be fair. You know, we're going to do you guys the justice of actually getting our spells back. And then we can fight. It'll be really great.
They're doing a great job of it. I think that, like, I don't think that EWolves draft was particularly amazing, but I think that this was more down to execution than it was just the draft problems that they had. I don't think that you can first phase a Winter Wyvern in this meta. I don't know. Maybe I'm incorrect there, but
I mean, it was a combination of things.
Yeah.
Oh, top lane.
Yeah, they're going to be able to jump on with Nature's Prophet, and it does look like he actually might be able to survive. No, he's definitely dead. All right, Witchshock ulti coming in, though, and they're going to be able to do a lot of damage here. Smash is going to drop. Also chasing now after this. Gyrocopter, and Franz starting to drop fairly low. It looks like he is going to barely be able to walk away from that one. No, the Darkseer ends up finding the kill, and on the other side, they're going to end up going for that ultimate, and the tier 3 tower going down. Bisa is pretty comfortable with where he's at, though, and rages back through onto this, jumps into the Gyrocopter. He goes down again. Buyback on the Nature's Prophet. They want to party a little bit more, and they jump in on top of Smash, trying to stay alive. They already got the stun off, though. This might be able to be enough to keep them there, but their pizza is back into the midst of all of them, and we do have a Suko here who's trying to do anything at all possible. Just look at the damage that comes out. That's going to be another dead Gyrocopter. They find the kill onto that Winter Wyvern. Death and destruction, damnation all over, and GG finally gets called. His 21 Bloodstone charges is the final tally.
Man, really great game from FDL.
Oh my god, look at the time ending. Oh,
that's excellent. That's some good stuff right there.
Oh, that's good.
That's I just feel like their movements around the map, which is one of those things that you can praise player skill when someone like totally dumpsters mid lane and that's why they won, or your tri lane was aggressive and you did a really great job, or you got all that farming off the Beastmaster could be an example here where like you just